Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Happy Hanukkah, Chemda.
Is that now?
Okay. I was going to ask you what you did, but we got to the bottom of that. But congrats to those who do celebrate. Today's the day. Now's the time.
I know it would be fun because not much could be like alliterated with my name, Chemda, Hanukkah. Like,
right.
You would think I would join in, but I gave it up a while ago.
Chemda lives at Chayli, Monday through Friday, so she doesn't have to wait until the actual.
I could see why you asked me about Hanukkah. It was much smoother. I did notice that Trader Joe's has a Hanukkah gelt, those little coins made out of chocolate.
Yes.
And those would be perfect if they were dark chocolate. So Jews need to get their shit together through Trader Joe's, and then I'm in.
I wonder if there's a reason. I wonder if it's blasphemy what you just said. It's dark chocolate. You don't have to do like, what are the two types of Jews?
Hasidic. The Sephardic and Ashkenazi.
Yeah. Does one have dark chocolate? One has light chocolate?
No, but that'd be hilarious. They were considered the dark chocolate, the Sephardic.
The other day we were talking about the new Spider-Man movie that Chemda's very excited about.
Yeah, smooth transition from one thing I'm not excited about to another.
Speaking of, she's not excited about it. Spider-Man tickets just went on sale. The movie comes out December 16th. Right away, all the websites to the different movie theaters crashed. Cinemark, AMC, Fandango, Regal. This movie is going to be so big.
It's perfect timing. First of all, when you said Spider-Man tickets broke the web sites, I was like, okay, we're already into it. And second, it's perfect timing because people just either book their situations for the holidays or, understand that it's coming upon us. And it's like, what else are you going to see with your parents, your uncle, your sister that you'd never see? What else are you going to see with your family? Isn't Spider-Man like wholesome enough, but like interesting enough? So fill the theaters. What else do you people do with your families when you go back?
That's it. I wasn't one of these families, but then as an adult, I went back and visited my parents, and I'm like, this movie idea is the greatest idea I've ever heard of. And I'll see whatever crap is out that's, not rated R.
Right. And then you do sort of like this math. A movie is 2 hours, but that'll eat up like 3 to 4 hours. Then we're probably going to be hungry. And it's like, oh my God, we're filling in time. Yeah. I don't know what else to do.
That's all there is to do. But I just saw right before the show, big announcement. They're going to make 3 new Spider-Mans. They already know it'll be a trilogy with this same guy, Tom Holland, which means, spoiler, he doesn't die.
Is that Spider-Man?
Spider-Man will not die now. Yeah, we already know that because the president of Sony had to say, hey, there'll be more.
Yeah. You know what? If Spider-Man was going to die, he's not going to die in December. I think that's like sacrilege or something. Yeah.
I will mention that would be something he dies on a Christmas movie. Here's something Chemda is into. I have to assume it's Chemda's birthday week.
I am interested in that.
Yeah. So a lot of people are excited. I see this person on our Reddit page under Keith and the Girl, Mossy Nuts, says, I find myself practicing Chemda's name in the off chance I ever run into her. I don't want to come off as some white trash.
Can I say, you don't have to be white to be trash. That's first of all. And also that makes my heart sing. I have done that with people's names, said it out loud without them being there, just because you don't know how it sounds until it comes out. And I appreciate it. But a lot of people, I have to say, and I'm completely fine with it, they practice in front of me also. People with weird names are used to it.
I guess I do too. You know what's like names like Alyssa, Alicia, Elisa, they cannot agree on the way you pronounce it.
Those are the scariest because even if your name is written down, it's like, I'm about to say it wrong. Right. And I don't know if I should take a chance. But honestly, every time like you or Newsy, you hear it on the show, you guys have to say my name. Every time you get it right, I'm like, oh my God, they're saying my name right.
I think all Alyssa, Alicia should have to say, hey, it's me, Alicia, and then start talking. Is that okay to say?
I love this idea.
There can only be 4 names in the whole world where I demand that you do that. And Alyssa is one of them.
What if we normalize just saying that?
Yeah.
You know how we've been wanting to find a greeting forever? like, do we high five? Do we say, hi, how are you? Even though no one's answering, hi, how are you? They're saying fine. Nobody's fine. We're just saying fine all over the place. Hi, I'm Chemda. And it's like, yeah, I know. I've known you for 5 years. Who cares? Hi, I'm Chemda.
I do it at the bodega. I go, Keith here, 2 newspapers and a lifesaver. Yeah, everybody wins with me.
That's great.
New variants of the COVID virus is out.
No, thank you. Not interested.
It's called Omicron. It's the planet eater. I don't know if you saw the Transformers movie, but I know all about this. We need the matrix of leadership to defeat it. So I guess they're going by, I know they're going by Greek letters. I just don't understand it because it goes all over the place. And they skipped the name new NU because it sounds like something new, but it is. But they know there'll be more, I guess. I wonder what the president of the vaccine has in store for us in the future. And they skipped ZXY because it's a popular Asian name. And they jumped to Omicron.
But that's a popular Hebrew name. I'm kidding.
It could be.
No.
But you know what? They're skipping names because people might get confused or it's somebody's real name. What about these poor Greeks in general?
I like that they're considering it. I think, certain places, didn't considering it, like BJ's wholesale store.
Yeah.
Why is your name BJ? Why do you not know what else it's associated with?
It really fit. As soon as they Googled, they're like, God damn.
Right. Oh, we didn't know it's short for that.
We just put up there are so many, Taylor Swift comes out with less versions than this COVID vaccine, this COVID virus. I mean, let's see.
Does that scare you?
The variant has been confirmed in Belgium, Hong Kong, Botswana. I don't think that's a real place, and Israel. And they just found some in America just now. And of course, I'm reading that already. People believe that the Democrats are making it up to make elections easier next go around. So the more people vote for Democrats, I guess, because we're saying this virus isn't a joke.
That's what I'm voting for?
Mm-hmm. You're going to be like, well, there's more and more variants. So I don't know how Israel is part of the plan, but I don't know how Africa is part of the plan.
But that's how I'm voting. You believe that I'm in more danger. So yes to you.
If you believe in the virus, period, you're a Democrat. And if you think you're being tricked, you're a Republican. That's the way these people are thinking.
Great.
I mean, I'm just seeing online. I mentioned this the other day. Pete, there's remember how there are theories about to get rid of the virus in the first place, bleach, all this stuff. People were trying. I saw a video on it. Also, now it's if you got the vaccine and you regret it, how do you get it out of your body? There's bloodletting, cutting yourself, letting it bleed out. It's surface level, I suppose. Electric shocks.
How do you know where to start cutting?
It's you squeeze it like a tube of toothpaste down your arm.
What about a metal detector?
Metal detector. It gets expensive, but absolutely. Bleach, of course, is the standard. Electric shocks. I don't know who you go and see for that, but people are trying it.
That's really scary that this is what people are doing.
And of course, here comes the holiday season just in time for this new variant.
Okay. Hi, everyone. What do you say? You go, stay safe. And then you're like, I'm a good person. I knew what to say there.
This will go on forever. It will be as standard as the flu. I'm reading a story. Just to show you how nuts people are. A female passenger on a Delta flight breastfed her cat and wouldn't stop despite requests from flight attendants. It was a flight from Syracuse to Atlanta. Breastfed a cat.
I don't know how many times I would ask her to stop. I think none.
None.
I think you got this.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you're not like asking for volunteers for who's next.
Unless you're moaning.
Right. Are you bleeding? Because that's probably not safe for somehow.
I saw
what this, do you say to that? Why did you just tell me that?
That's just because I think I'm trying to tell myself, stop getting worked up by the idiots in the world. The whole planet's nuts and we're all going to die. Just live in it.
I see. So this is as important as the other because nothing's important. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it. Okay.
Jesse McLaren on Twitter wrote, are racist people like, ugh, my open-minded uncle is going to be at Thanksgiving this year?
I believe they call us libtards. Thank you.
What did you guys do for Thanksgiving? Did you have plans?
We did have plans. As you recall, we were going to bike from New York to New Jersey.
Ooh.
Which is just 11 miles. But
it's not a world record.
It just sounds really good. And we have to cross over like 2 bridges. One is the George Washington. But then I got my period and I decided I'm not doing anything. So I laid around all day and that was very lovely.
You were happy? You weren't bummed out?
I was, but you can only be so bummed out, right? It doesn't matter. At least I'm not breastfeeding my cat. So I just lived with it. It's a bummer because it's getting colder and colder and that ride is not fun in the cold. But I don't know. What'd you do? Something equally as fun?
We went to a restaurant. The kids are out and about. And so Kyle didn't have to cook. Like, even though I made the turkey last year, she still made the sides. Here she wanted to go to a restaurant and just live it up. You know,
I like
relax.
That. Yeah.
So she enjoyed that a lot. In fact, we talk about it on the new Diamond Dogs. Me and Craig just put one out. Keith and Hollywood Craig Klein talk learning music, allegory, Thanksgiving, and relationships. The description continues. Oh my, do they get into relationships?
You got to talk about relationships in somewhere other than our chat.
Listen and learn how to be better if you're so in love. They also discuss magnet fishing, Mel Gibson, and the proper way to mock blackface. So that's in your VIP package.
It got controversial towards the end.
Makes your ears perk up. What?
Yeah, I did. Yes, that is the sound of it. What?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Let's see. Here's another crazy story. An impatient Tennessee terrorized the Little Caesars pizza joint. They were told this guy, it's a gunman that I'm talking about. You know, gunwoman isn't a word. That's interesting. Pulled out an AK-47 because he was told that his pizza would take 10 minutes to make.
Oh, what's a proper amount of time?
That doesn't feel like too long for me.
I think eggs take that long even.
He first demanded, in his defense, this 53-year-old, he demanded free breadsticks. They said, sorry, no. And then he left and came back with his AK-47.
Well, is it Christmas or not Christmas time?
He was charged with assault and kidnapping. So it sounds like he just stayed there while they called the police. And then he was confused.
Well, it sounds like jail is really going to straighten him out and there's nothing else.
Right.
I think that's a little disturbed. This is a little bit, if it's the hysterical, it's historical, but maybe on a psychological level, a lot.
So don't think you can debate people. If you know you get the vaccine, get the vaccine. But this is what's going on in the world in general. So who gives a shit? They're dying. Goodbye. That's it. They're
taking some people with them, but yeah.
The vaccine, and don't hang out with idiots if you can help it. Let's see. Kanye West during Thanksgiving was in, where was he at? Skid Row, this says. So does that mean LA? Where's Skid Row?
Is that like Skid Row's band's apartment?
No, I think it's a place. Yeah, it's in I guess it's in LA. They just say Skid Row like that's a place you can go to. You know? Anyway, he was there for Thanksgiving and there was a microphone and he found it. And so he started talking about wanting to get back with Kim Kardashian.
Oh.
Yeah. The narrative God wants is to see that we can be redeemed in all these relationships. We've made mistakes. I've made mistakes. Meanwhile, she's, in pictures with Pete Davidson. We've made mistakes. I made mistakes. I've publicly done things that were not acceptable as a husband. But right now, today, for whatever reason, I didn't know if I was going to be in front of this mic, but I'm here to change the narrative. I'm not letting E write the narrative. First of all, he's talking about E in the Kardashian show. The Kardashians write that show.
Oh,
he just shows up.
E as in the network?
Yeah.
Oh, he wants to edit the show now?
I'm not going to let E write the narrative of my family. I'm not letting Hulu write the narrative of my family. I'm the priest of my home.
Oh, boy.
Dad? I'm trying to express this in the most sane way, the most calm way possible, but I need to be back home. Okay. All right. There you have
Oh, boy. That's, that's just, it's nothing but sad, right? It's just, it makes sense for a husband to say, I want to come home. But then you add all of this to it. And suddenly that message is not as simple as, can I come back home? It's,
Right.
hey, audience, whoever I'm talking to, don't you think I should come home? And Kim's like on a date with Pete Davidson, like, I'm so glad I'm not home. I don't know. I'm in Staten Island, and even that's better.
He's giving away turkeys. You're in line, but he's like, don't you think I should be back with the family? And I don't want to eat. I'm like, I can't believe I have a one-on-one with Kanye, but can I just have the fucking turkey?
Right. Like, who are you talking to about going back home?
Right. Here's a fun letter, Henda.
Oh boy, please let this be fun.
Oh, I'm sorry. It is. I didn't mean to confuse you with those other stories. Subject, is this a Keith and the Girl miracle? Mm-hmm. Keith and Henda. I've been a listener for 8 years, and I believe that this Thanksgiving, I had a Keith and the Girl miracle happen to me.
Well, may I start this by saying, bless you, my child.
My boyfriend and I drove 6 hours to visit my parents for the holidays. I haven't seen them since the pandemic, and he has never met them before.
Ooh.
I gained 12 pounds since the start of quarantine, and I've lost 3 since. I realize this isn't a lot of weight, but I've never put on extra weight before. I'm managing it pretty well, all things considered, but my mom would not let it go. She cracked jokes, sincerely gave me weight loss advice, and asked me to consider not going for seconds at the Thanksgiving table. This was all out loud in front of my extended family and my boyfriend.
Oh, my God. Oh, don't you wish you could record it and go right there? Did you have to say that?
Right. I was crushed. I ate dinner quietly and was planning on sobbing by myself later that night.
I love a good planned sob. Yeah. Yes.
Instead, after dinner, I told my parents that our godsitter bailed. Godsitter. Interesting. I guess babysitter.
Dyslexic? Dog sitter?
Dog sitter? Okay. That we had to go home right away and couldn't stay for the weekend. We stayed at a hotel an hour outside of my parents' place and had a great night together. This might not seem like a win to anyone, but for me, it is. What I would have done before is cried every night and pretend everything is fine all day. This time, I removed myself from the situation. Maybe next time I can get enough courage to not have to make up a lie to leave. But for now, it's a small miracle. And you helped me find my voice enough to take care of myself the best way I knew how at the moment. It's a small miracle. Nice. It's a small miracle that feels like a great step forward to me. Thank you for normalizing breaking toxic traditions.
Well, if this is a miracle, maybe somebody is God sitting.
Maybe. Now to my question. When and where will the marathon be? When and where will the Kickstarter silent trailers be? And who will be on the show? Okay, that's a few questions. Thanks for everything. Peace, love, and Keith and the Girl. Francine.
Thanks, Francine. Good job, Francine.
See, and Francine's a weird, funny looking word to see with the N and the, but I know how to pronounce it. It's not even on the list. The marathon is, let me see here. I go to my wall calendar. Okay. And you can too. KeithAndTheGirl.com/calendar. We have the same calendar. December 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern time is silent trailers. The Kickstarter exclusive silent trailers right there. Tickets will be given to all of our Kickstarter backers completely for free. For non-backers, it's $1,000. Now we have to do that for the law. You understand. Now here's the lineup. You ready? Bianca Brady.
Yes.
This is the game show where Henda, who doesn't know movies, even less about actors and actresses, watches a trailer on silent, describes it. We have to guess what the fuck she's talking about.
It's so fun.
It's so fun. Bianca Brady, psychic witch Robert Alvarez.
That's going to be a tough one.
I'm letting him bring all his guides. I think they're going to like scramble in his head. Like, it's this. No, it's this. No, that movie didn't come out. They were just working on it. You know, Hannah Boone, Chris Laker, Tim McLaughlin, Micah Fox, and doing improvised raps in between rounds, Chaz Kangas.
This is our biggest lineup.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, also, separate from that is the marathon. 24 hours at least 50 guests. The marathon starts on February 5th, 3 p.m. Eastern, ends the next day at 3 p.m. at the earliest. So subscribe right now to the Keith and the Girl YouTube. That's where you're going to see the entire comedy marathon. All right. So you have your calendars marked. Mark your calendar, get your tickets to everything and get them fast. All this info is on our Kickstarter page. The Kickstarter ends this week.
Oof. Like before the end of the week, it ends.
KeithandTheGirl.com/kick. And it's Kenda's birthday week.
Thank you.
So don't make her cry. Okay.
I don't want to plan sob this week. Next week.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. All right. This is good news to me, I think. It's the best we can do so far. I saw Kevin Spacey trending over Thanksgiving. And I'm like, oh, did he put out a new weird video? Remember the other year? He's in trouble, but it's not at this level. He's in trouble for, sexual assault. It's not at this, it's not at a huge level, but it's not looking good for him. And he does this character from Game of Thrones, like, hello, you doubted what? I mean, real evil, like really amping up the evil voice that his character already has. It's like, you don't know what I'm capable of. It's like, yeah, we have a feeling. Like, what the fuck is this? Raiders rate for you, Kevin. What the fuck is this?
I can't believe I forgot this. I can't keep track of people's crazy.
Yeah. The cranberry could be blood. Like, what, Kevin? What? So I'm like, is this another video? I'm excited. I'm disgusted and excited, trying to see what's next. Turns out he was ordered to pay $31 million to Netflix because House of Cards had a sexual harassment policy. I think the policy said don't. And because at least minimum that was violated, he has to pay them $31 million.
Does he have $31 million?
I don't know.
Oh, did they pay him $31 million?
It has been on for a long time and it was a hit.
It was very good. It was very good.
But that's
until it
something.
Was like enough already. Huh?
I'm one of the victims. And then Netflix gets 31 million. Like, hey, Netflix, can I? How do we work that out? What did you do to Netflix?
Right,
you did it to me.
Right. Yeah. Does that get distributed?
Right.
Whoa. Now the question is, does Kevin Spacey have 31 million? What? Come on. They have to tell us how they came up with this number.
Right. Oh. I guess right. Do you rate it? Is that in the contract? And if you fuck anybody, 31 million, if you're fucking them without their permission.
Is that like what they paid him? Or is that a percentage? Or were there 31 episodes and it's just $1 million per episode?
Right. It'd be funny if Kevin Spacey threw that number out there. They're like this sexual policy. Yeah. You can't do it. What do we do if you do it? 31 million. $31 million I'll pay if I ever do it. Okay.
You think it's just a sarcastic?
Yeah, he said it. And they're like, okay.
Here it is. Kevin Spacey's net worth. Now, of course, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
Is estimated at $100 million.
Okay. Still a nice chunk, but okay.
Yeah. And there's another place that says $70 million. So it'd be funny. It'd be funny if it was like a third of your worth or half of your worth or something.
It'd be funny if one of those websites caught up and now it's 70 million.
Okay. Well, he was in American Beauty and that was an amazing movie.
Right. So he should just get money for that after the fact.
Well, I assume he made a lot of money for that. Plus he's in other things. Oh, he was in Paid Forward. He's in a lot. I know who you're talking about. That's how rich he is. Kevin
Spacey was in Pay It Forward? Oh, yeah. Okay.
You scared me. I was like, oh, God, is that another person?
You brought up, what was that? What was that first movie you said?
Wait, I know this. American Beauty.
American Beauty. A pervert.
Yeah.
Then he does then after he gets in trouble, he does another movie. First movie out happens to be called Billionaire Boys Club. I don't know. Does anybody give you advice?
I don't want to believe what you're saying when you bring this up. And I hate that you have so many examples that it can't so easily be denied, at least. It's so frustrating. The Chris D'Elias of the world. It's like, really? You played that? Even the Woody, the pedophile with the wood in his name. I'm an old Jewish guy.
Oh, yeah. Why? Yeah, Woody Allen.
Just creating these movies, and then you're sort of
where the old guy's fucking an underage girl. Yeah. You're like, oh, interesting. You had to get your story out there.
Is it like you write what you know, but you don't have to act what you know? It's not all like
you're
that.
Just drawn to it. Like, did Chris D'Elia go, hey, the TV show You? Trust me, I know this guy.
Well, this guy rapes his fans, drugs them and rapes them.
Just trust me, I get it. Like, I really get it.
Or are you so familiar with it that those are the words that come out true in your auditions? I don't want to believe this because I really believe there are actors that are absolutely incredible. They disappear into the role. They, they really do a good job. And you don't want to believe that they are the racist they're playing or they are the pedophile they're playing. Right. Like, why would anyone want to play that?
Just look into what the role is. Just look into it, what this person's doing. Because I'll give you an example right now. No. I was in that horror movie, She's Crushed. And I'm the jerk off friend to the main guy, and I try to mac on his psychotic girlfriend. It doesn't end well. Anyway, point is, in real life, I like fucking chicks. So just look into the roles that people are taking. That's all.
And you are my jerk off friend. I believe you're Craig's jerk off friend. See? Adam's jerk off friend. So
that's me.
Okay. All right.
Yes, of course. I think Tom Hanks is a nice guy. I do think he's Mr. Rogers. I believe some of these things, like, for example, I just saw the whole thing in one sitting, the new Kevin Hart show on Netflix. And I'm fascinated by him. And guess what? Guess what his character is? A comic, a hard worker, brought up all his friends.
It's not a documentary. It's like
no
show. Oh boy,
it's not a documentary. It's a drama.
A drama.
It's like 7 episodes. The first one's an hour. The other ones are under half hour. So it goes by pretty fast. But it's just like his documentary. His documentary is called "Don't Fuck This Up." This show is about him and a brother. Wesley Snipes plays his older brother. Wesley Snipes is a big fuck up. Kevin Hart is the greatest comic of all time. Multiple times during this, drama, they just bring up how great Kevin is and be like, "Hey, you're the new Eddie Murphy. You're fantastic. You're act." They give him he has a superhero movie in the works in this TV show called The Antiverse. In real life, we're talking about the multiverse. His is the Antiverse. It has nothing to do with this TV show and the brother fucking up his life. It's just them saying, God, you did so good in the Antiverse. They're going to give your character a spinoff. Has nothing to do with anything at all. You just did Ellen. Yeah, Ellen loves me. We did great. Oh, you're going to be on Don Lemon. Yeah, Don Lemon adores you. Yeah, we haven't seen anything like you since Pryor. That's not a real person. And no celebrity is bigger than him. They keep saying he's the biggest celebrity. A comic is bigger than Tom Cruise somehow.
You know what this is? This is the new fake promotion where the entire series is to brainwash the audience that this is who it is. And now people will be using these words like they're quotes from a documentary, like they thought of it themselves. He's much better than Pryor. And maybe they never even heard Pryor's shit. They just know he's the greatest of all time. So it's that ad where you have to hear an ad 7 times. So now you're just hearing this series just going, this guy's the best. This guy's the best. And maybe this is fake, but you still believe Superman is able to, rewind time or whatever the fuck he does. So you still believe this.
Yeah. And he's not a writer or director, according to the credits. He is one of the producers, but I promise you, if he didn't write those lines, he ad-libbed them and insisted they stay in.
Maybe he produced the scripts.
His brother says, it must be nice being all rich. And then Kevin Hart has to explain, you don't know what I went through and how I came up from nothing. Has nothing to do with the story. Has to have a section on fans can be too much because they don't understand he's just a regular person. He snaps sometimes for no reason. There's pressure, but then I'll apologize. That was exactly what was happening in the documentary. Don't fuck this up. He would snap sometimes, but they never really explained it.
Does the character get to host the Oscars, but get it taken away from I'm just spitballing a script here.
Right. That's for season 2. But he is at the top of his game at the end of the movie. Spoiler.
Wow.
But he does, and luckily he lives because there's a lot of shooting in this movie. Oh, surprise! He happens to be a marksman at the end. Woo!
Wait, you're joking that there's shooting in this movie?
No,
right?
There's murder in this movie.
That's for street cred.
So it's a drama with multiple murders. Like it's I don't want to overuse the word heavy, but it's supposed to be like a dark TV show. But he shoves all this shit about how he's the greatest and he worked hard. It has nothing to do with what's going on. And that fascinates me. And I'll watch everything he does. I'm begging for a Don't Fuck This Up season 2. I love it.
The Kevins of the world are in the news a lot. Kevin Spacey, Kevin Hart.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's usually this comes in 3. So if you're a Kevin, shout out. We are at Keith and the Girl on all social media.
I'm going to be into it.
How's your day going?
You remember Jussie Smollett? He said that
Yes.
2 people beat him the fuck up. He's from the show Empire. 2 people beat him up and said, here, I'll find the quote, but I know they said fuck you, F word. It's MAGA country. Let's see. Smollett, 39, claimed that he was attacked by 2 men January 29th, 2019. By the way, that was so long ago. Right now he's probably like, maybe I was really attacked. I don't know. The openly gay black actor told police men hurled homophobic and racist slurs at him, put a rope around his neck, and told him he was in, quote, MAGA country. Which is so, like, I know how sick people are from the news, but even that, I'm like, I doubt it. I doubt they said that. After investigating, Chicago cops told a different story that Smollett paid $3,500 to 2 brothers to stage the attack. The brothers happened to work on the TV show Empire.
Oh my God.
And if I remember correctly, it was paid in a check, and they have a picture of the check and the signature. Like, there's no question.
It's so embarrassing no matter how much time passes. It's just how do you spitball that idea and then you pay by check? Like, I don't know.
Chicago police superintendent called it a publicity stunt by Smollett to advance his career, claiming he was unhappy with his salary on Empire. That's a true story, the Empire part. The actor was arrested a few weeks later. I remember this, and supposedly they were gonna let it go. They're like, he's like, I'll forfeit my bail. Like, why? If you didn't do it, I wouldn't forfeit a fucking penny. I said I didn't do it, and you're calling me a liar. But he goes, I'll forfeit my $10,000 bail. Let's just forget this. And they go, okay, we'll forget it. But then he kept going in the press. No, it really did happen to me though, until it starts making the police look stupid. And now they have to push it. And the trial starts today. Because he couldn't let this weird shit go.
So he's been out on bail this whole time?
He's been out, period, and free. But he still has to go to court.
Oh my God. How? Oh my God. I'm just picturing, you have this crime, right? That just happened that you're in charge of as the police officers assigned to this. And as you discover this is fake, you just kind of go, oh my God, this is my life right now. I have to accuse this dude of this being fake. This is so crazy. You just want to let it go. So that's not what happens in the world. And then the guy keeps pushing.
They said, all right, we're going to forget it. I'm not saying you're guilty, but you do have to do a little community service. And how about you don't give back your bond? You don't get your bond back. He's like, okay, I'll do that. How would that make any sense? I'd be like, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
But he goes, okay. But still, I'm going to do interviews and say say everything did happen. And they're like, all right, now you're pushing it. And you have 6 counts of disorderly conduct. How about that?
That's not so bad.
He has tried and failed multiple times to have the new charges dismissed. He has maintained throughout the entire process that he was a victim of a crime. I would not, he says, be my mother's son if I was capable of 1 drop of what I've been accused of.
No, you're pushing it so hard.
You're bringing mom into it.
Now you have you're going to have transcripts of people on the stand. Like, is this the check? Yes, this is the check. Is this his handwriting? Yeah. Yes. What did he say as he was handing you the check? I sincerely want you to pretend that you did this. And oh my God, that's going to be on record. Okay.
Right. The brothers are ready to challenge that claim and testify at Smollett's trial.
Yeah, of course.
They're going to tell the truth. Smollett's lead attorney on his new defense team said, quote, "It's a character assassination and evidence would prove his client's innocence." And then the wife asked the lawyer, said, "Is that true?" And the lawyer said, nah. Let's go to Cancun. We're fucking rich.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That was swells. Well, good luck.
To everyone.
Right. Do you have plans for your birthday week? Maybe ride to Ohio. What do you think?
I feel weird. Like I don't really have a lot of plans and I know people expect that from me, but I'm trying to keep it light. But then I start thinking, oh yeah, I did want to get the number one cookie of all time from Levain. I also want to be massaged all day and we're getting edibles. My brother and Maricela are coming with the kids to the big city to stay. So I'll be seeing the nieces and nephews. Hey, I don't know. We'll find out later. The nephews for now.
Okay.
And and then Saturday night we're going out to actually eat at a restaurant. So I guess I have plans.
I guess you do. I guess you do.
I thought I didn't have plans.
Let me say right now, as part 1 of 25, happy birthday.
Thank you.
December 2nd is the big day, so it is birthday week.
Yes.
And a quick reminder, the Kickstarter campaign ends before the end of the week. So take a look. I think you're really going to like the rewards that we have. And there's a lot of fun videos up there, including Keith and the Girl Jeopardy with myself, Rod Morrow, Newsy. I did Newsy from 2 Greek letters, New and Z. Yeah. But take a look. Okay. And thank you so much for your support.